This might be long, but I just need to get it out. I've held this in for over a year now, and it still feels like something out of a messed up movie. 28M, lost two of the closest people in my life in one night. But honestly, it was the best thing that could have happened to me. I had a best friend. Let's call him Ryan, 29M. We grew up together since we were kids. I'm talking middle school sleepovers, playing Halo until 4 a.m., getting grounded together, bailing each other out of dumb situations in college. That kind of bond. We were practically brothers. We stood at each other's sides through breakups, funerals, and everything in between. I trusted him with my life. About 2 years ago, I met Sarah, 27F. She was smart, funny, sarcastic in all the ways I loved. She made me feel like I could just be myself without putting on a front. We clicked fast, and I fell for her hard. She met Ryan about 3 months into our relationship, and I was relieved that they got along. I mean, my two favorite people liked each other. What could go wrong, right? They hit it off in a way that seemed natural at first. She laughed at his dumb jokes. He called her cooler than most of your exes. I didn't think anything of it. Why would I? I never thought either of them would do me dirty like that. But then the small stuff started to pile up. They'd text each other without me knowing, and I'd only find out if one of them mentioned something the other had said. If we were hanging out as a group, sometimes they'd drift off into their own conversations, whispering and laughing like I wasn't even there. A few times, I'd walk into the room and they'd stop talking like they got caught doing something they shouldn't. Still, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I didn't want to be the jealous, paranoid boyfriend. Ryan was like my brother, and Sarah was my girlfriend. I trusted them. I told myself I was imagining things that I was overthinking, until one night changed everything. Sarah and I were staying at my place. She went to take a shower, and her laptop was open on the coffee table. I wasn't trying to snoop, I swear. But then a message popped up from Ryan. It just said, "Last night was dangerous, but worth it, winking face." My stomach dropped. I stared at it for a full minute, heart racing, praying it was some kind of inside joke. But I clicked it. I had to. Wi-Fi made me feel physically sick. There were months of messages. Flirty banter, late night, "I wish you were here" texts, jokes about me behind my back. It wasn't just emotional. There were messages like, "I could still smell you on my clothes. You looked so good sneaking out his apartment like that." I felt like I'd been hit by a train. This wasn't some meaningless flirtation. They had been hooking up behind my back. I couldn't even breathe. I just stood there, shaking, laptop still open when she came out of the bathroom. She looked at my face and froze. "Everything okay?" I didn't answer. I just said, "Get dressed. You need to leave." She started asking what was wrong, but I didn't even respond. I couldn't look at her. I grabbed my keys and walked out. Drove straight to Ryan's apartment. I didn't knock. I banged on the door until he answered. He looked surprised, but tried to play it cool. "What's up, man?" "You've been ****ing my girlfriend," I said. His face shifted. First confusion, then a smug little smirk. "Dude, it's not what you think." I showed him the screenshots. I told him I read everything. His tone changed fast. He got defensive. "Maybe if you actually paid attention to her, she wouldn't have needed someone else." That's when he shoved me. I don't know what snapped in me, but I lunged. We fought. Not a scuffle. A full-on, throwing punches, smashing into the wall brawl. Years of friendship crumbled with every hit. He landed a few shots, but I got the better of him. I left him on the floor, bloody and groaning. I didn't feel bad. I walked out of there and never looked back. When I got home, Sarah was still there, crying on the couch. She tried to explain, to apologize, to tell me it just happened and it didn't mean anything. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just told her to leave. Over the next couple weeks, both of them tried to contact me nonstop. Ryan sent long texts about how he was drunk, how he didn't mean for it to happen, how it started as a mistake. Sarah showed up at my door once, crying, asking for another chance. She said she loved me. That Ryan didn't mean anything. I blocked both of them. I quit my job 2 months later and took a new one in another state. I didn't even tell most people I was leaving. I packed my stuff, changed my number, and left. And it was the best decision I've ever made. Starting over wasn't easy. I was alone, in a new place, barely knew anyone. For a while, I kept to myself, just went to work, came home, rinsed and repeated. But slowly, I started healing. I started working out, eating better, rebuilding myself, mentally, physically, emotionally. About 7 months ago, I met someone new, Lily. We met at a bookstore of all places. She asked for a book I happened to be holding, and we ended up talking for an hour. She's everything Sarah wasn't. Genuine, honest, compassionate. No games. No drama. Just real connection. I told her everything a few months into dating. I was nervous. I thought she'd run for the hills. But she just held my hand and said, "You didn't deserve that. I'm glad you got out." I don't think about Ryan or Sarah much anymore. When I do, it's not out of sadness or anger. It's just nothing. They're part of the past I've left behind. If you're in a situation where you feel something's wrong, trust your gut. If people show you who they are, believe them. Loyalty is rare, and betrayal cuts deep, especially from the people you never thought could hurt you. But once you let go of the dead weight, better things really do come. I lost a girlfriend and a best friend in one night. But I found myself, and later, I found real love. I wouldn't go back for anything.